गुड आफ्टरनून सर। Okay, good afternoon, all of you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, good afternoon. I'm just sharing the screen. Okay, so now I will play a video on which I have prepared long back on heap sort. There will be one mistake at the end, but you can easily understand what the mistake is. But still, most of the video will cover how the heap sort will be done. So you identify what mistake I have done in the last before finishing up, and you tell me, and carefully observe how the heap sort is going on from the start. And if you can observe slowly at the last, I have made a very small mistake that you can easily identify. Okay, so on the table in the video that you are seeing, that actually we are arranging an array like uh, with papers and all, like 4, 10, 3, 5, 1. So until now we have learned on how to build a heap, okay, a minimum heap or max heap. So we have discussed in many ways, like we have discussed in recursion, and Mohan from the AAML has also sent me another code with while loop. Maybe he can also explain if time permits, because I have explained my idea of using recursion. He might also explain if Mohan is present here. Mohan, are you present here?
Sir, I also
Sir is not there, sir.
Okay, fine. He said that he will come now. Okay, fine. If he's not there, that's fine. We will continue with the explanation of the code, the idea which we got. And if anybody has done, they can also explain what idea they had, apart from my idea. That's what I want.
will look, sir.
Okay. So first of all, we will go through heap sorting. Okay. So after heap sorting, we will go with the other discussions. Okay, right. I will start it. Actually, this video was long back shooted. I think 1 year back. I think this one, but I really like this. Actually, my wife is taking out the video, and I'm explaining everything with cups and all. So I want to just play it out, so that there is no need for me to have a redundant explanation. So I can reuse the previous video. Initially the voice will not be audible, but after 2-3 seconds it will be audible. You can just intimate me if the voice is not audible. Right. So now I will explain you about heap sorting. So heap sorting, in the sense the name itself says that heap, the name itself says that the heap means it looks like a heap. So how the heap can be built? So heap can be built using something called a tree. You might be observing that a tree looks like a heap in this way. A tree looks like a heap in this way. So let us build a complete binary tree where the left side node should be, for every level, first the left will be filled and next the right will be filled. So coming to the next level, first the left will be filled and the right. And here is the left and the right. So this is how you fill it. Okay, so let us build a heap. First of all, we look into the first element, the 0th element, 4. So what I will do, I will bring this 4 as the root node. I will bring this 4 as the root node. Next, I will see 10. Because it's a complete binary tree, first left, then right for every level. So what I will do is, I will have a complete, the next step should be there. So I will build 10. You see the thread you can follow. This is what the link between the 4 and 10. And the last one will be, not the last one, 3. 3 in the sense, in the first level, first we have completed with the left, now we need to go with the right. So I'm going with the right. So I'm putting this link here to this particular 3. So I have kept. So now our tree is consisting of 4, 10, and 3. Now we are forming a little bit of heap, and then we will sort it out. Next one is 5 here. So how do you put 5? So 5 will be like this. So in the next level, again, the left. So I have considered this as the left. What is the next one? 1 is the next element. So here, now I will put in the next level, this should be in this. So in this level, you see, if there are another 2 elements, now 3 is left and 3 is right will be filled. But I have no elements now, I have only 4, 10, 3, 5 and 1. So now we are trying to build a heap now. First of all, what I will do is, to build a heap in our heap tree, this is called max heap. So in a max heap, always the largest number will be on the top. So now consider 4. Okay, anyway, this is the top element, no consideration. Coming to the next one, 10 in the array. Coming to 10, now we will check its root node whether it is larger or smaller. Of course, 10 is greater than its root node. So what I will do is, I will just swap them. I'll just swap it. So this is our imagination. But in the memory, how we swap it? So we swap both 10 and 4. Now you see, the 10 and 4 has been swapped. Now consider this one now, because this position is already over. So it was accordingly arranged. Now coming to this one. Coming to this pointer, particular node, the pointer is here. The 5 is larger than 4, its parent node. So what you will do now? You just try to exchange it. So this is our imagination. But what I will do here is, I will just swap these 2 elements. Now you see what is the array. 10, 5, 3, 4, 1. This is how completely. Now coming to 1, okay, 5 is greater than 1. Coming to 3, 10 is greater than 3. Now it's completely arranged. Now what I will do is, the next thing I will do is, the first element should be removed. But how I need to remove, I will not remove it at the top. At the first element itself, I do not remove. So what I will do is, I just exchange. Because I want to delete the root node, I need to go to the lowest child. I need to swap it. This is generally the trees principle. If you want to delete a root node, it should not come. The 5 should not come up, but the last element should come up. Okay. Now, coming to this, we swap them. Because I want to delete it, I have swapped 1 and 10. So what I will do here in our memory, I will now again swap 1 and 10. Swap 1 and 10. Okay, this is our array. This is our memory. This is our imagination. Now next what I will do is, I will remove 10. So I will remove 10 and its link. So in our memory also we need to remove 10. That means you print 10 there itself. Or you store it somewhere else and print it later on, after you arrange everything. Okay, 10 has been deleted now. Next, that means because we are going for ascending order, we are removing each one. Maybe we are printing it or storing it in another array and reprint it in a reverse order. First of yeah, it's not an ascending order. I'm sorry. It's a descending order. And hence, first we have got this 10 and then we have printed 10 on the screen. For example, deleting means we are just removing it. That means we are stopping the array until there. And the 10 has been printed. I think you see the bubble sort and all how we are doing it. Like that we are doing a little bit same, but heap sort occupies very less, like we go of n log n complexity. So this is a descending order. So first we printed 10 and now next we want 5. Let's see how the 5 will come. We have removed the largest element 10. Next array is this one. Again you check it. 1. Okay, it's the topmost element, no problem. Coming to 5, 5 is greater than 1. So what I will do, I will exchange 5 and 1. This also you can do the same way how we have done using the formula. When coming to 5, how do you find the 5's parent? Using that formula, n minus 1 divided by 2. And based on that you compare and just try to exchange it. The same idea you can use. I will exchange like this. Right, finished. Coming to 4. 4 is greater than 1. So what I will do? I will exchange 4 and 1. So I will exchange 4 and 1. Right. Now the topmost element is 5 here. So 5 should be removed.
So how I need to remove 5? I simply has to, this is the child leaf node. I just swap the node, which is root node, with the leaf node.
Why every time I am only trying to remove the least node? To form a complete binary tree, of course, for deleting we have to come from the right side, right? Because the leftmost should always be there to satisfy the complete binary tree. That is the reason first on the right side I have removed. You can see my pointer, mouse pointer. On the right side I removed first and now coming to the left. Now every time why I am targeting to the leaf node only. The reason is leaf has no relatives. It's very easy for me to delete. And in the array also you can see that 5 is in the top and 1 is in the last. Just you can exchange 1 and 5 can be removed or printed easily. And that's the reason why I'm exchanging the first element with the last element.
So in the memory also I need to swap it like this. 1 and 5. The memory also I am swapping it. Now the simple thing I need to do is remove this one. That means you can print it. Maybe you can print it immediately because the descending order will come. First 10 will be printed, next 5 will be printed. Next one. Now coming to this array. Now let us take 1. Okay, it's the topmost element. Next coming to 4, which is actually greater than 1. So exchange it. Exchange in such a way. Okay, 4 and 1 has been exchanged. Sorry, this is already removed. Right. 4 and 1 has been exchanged. Now it is matching. Now what is the topmost element? 4. So 4 should be removed. So what I will do, before removal, I swap it again. Now 4 will be removed and
Made a mistake. Can anybody find out what is the mistake I made here?
Sir, we have to swap 4 and 3 in the.
Yes, 4 and 3. Because to form a complete binary tree, if I remove the left side, it will not be a complete binary tree, right? We should actually swap the 4 and 3 because the 3 is the last element. So right side 3 should be removed and still you will have the left side node hanging. So that satisfies the complete binary tree. So this way is wrong actually. You have to swap, I'll just go back. You have to swap 4 and 3. Not 4 and 1. Okay. So 3 should be coming to the top node and it will go on. Just a second. Yeah. We have a position like this, right? So when 4 is kept here, so this is our position. So in this case, what you need to do is you need to swap that 4 and 3. So 3 will come to the root node and 4 will be coming to the last. In the array also 4 comes here and 3 comes here. So 4 will be removed. That means it will be printed. So in 3 and 1, I think now you can continue the same. Like which one can be removed and how we can swap it. Finally 3 should be coming down and 1 should be going up. And finally 3 will be exchanged with 1 and 3 will be removed. And it continues.
For removal, I swap it again. Now 4 will be removed.
This is the mistake I have done earlier.
Only 1 and 3 are left. Only 1 and 3 are left. And of course, the 1 and 3 should be swapped. Yes, 1 and 3 should be swapped because 3 is greater than 1 according to our rule. Now in the memory, we need to delete the topmost element. So remove 3. Remove 3. And finally, we have only 1. So 1 is there. So if you want to print it in the ascending order, so you can store it in an array like 10, 5, 4, 3, 1 and print it in a reverse order. Or if you want to print it in a descending order, you can directly print whatever the element is deleted in the array, you directly print it like 10, 5, 4, 3, 1. This is a simple heap sort. We have inserted into the heap and we have deleted from the heap. In that way, we are actually sorting it. And heap sort time complexity is very good and it requires very less thing and it's one of the greatest sorting technique. And it only occupies log n. Thank you.
Okay, right. This is what I explained. I think you understood or any doubt in this? do you need any other explanation about this?
No doubt, sir.
Okay. So it is simple, right? When a tree is formed, when a tree is given to you in the form of an array, you imagine it like a tree, but in the memory it looks like in the array itself. And finally, you know how to exchange now. Okay. So should we do it on board, or can you proceed with this? Is it fine?
Sir, it's fine, sir. Video is nice.
Okay. Right. So I'm canceling this video. So now we will talk about, somebody has said that I got using while loop. Who is this? Okay. Shravan, you said that you got some while loop. Do you want to explain how you have done it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can continue. I will just start sharing it and I will give you the multiple thing. Yeah, you can explain.
Okay, sir. Actually, firstly, I prepared a list here, list of random numbers. Then I define a function or main. So
Okay.
first I take an empty list heap, and
Your
I-
disk is almost full.
Yes, you continue.
yeah, using for loop, I like calling one by one elements. So if the element is first to one, so I directly append to the heap. Then
Okay.
if element is not in no index, so I'm checking for that in using this logic actually.
Okay.
So using like a while s greater than 0 means like I'm checking for till 0 sub 0 index I'm checking and
Okay.
swapping in this. So this is a condition, sir. If you change this condition, it will get maximum, sir.
Okay.
Only this.
Okay, good. Right. Fine. Thank you, Shravan.
Okay.
So this is the other way, like Shravan has explained in using the while loop, but I can conclude that you have something like n square complexity. The best part of recursion is that you can reduce the complexity. So using n, I have done it, like, with my code, I will just show you.
Sir, I got it with recursion, sir.
You got it with recursion? Good.
Yes, sir.
So, where is my code? Oh, sorry. This is in another computer. Let me just connect it to. Just a second, wait. I have to get this share screen on. Okay. I will just go to that shared screen. Okay, right. So this is the one which I have done right earlier, like using recursion. I will give a chance for the person who has said that recursion is also done. Who is that who said recursion is done?
It's me, sir. It's very similar to that, sir.
Okay, right. So you see here, when I have finished this one, every time I'm calling build heap. Build heap is something like I am trying to build a complete binary tree using this array. So this is the way I am just building the heap. I have created a queue and also I have created, a node for each and every node in a tree. And why I am creating a queue, because now we need to discuss that. Maybe we might have discussed, but still I want to discuss with you about that. I don't think that the space is left somewhere. I need to drop off. So I think I have kept in pending. Have I discussed on how a complete binary tree can be kept in big O of 1 complexity? Have I done with you? How to write the code and all? No, right? Okay. This board is far better than making myself dusty. So if it is in a physical class, I would have already become a painter by now. Okay, right. So I have something like a complete binary tree, right? This is a complete binary tree. We need to first fill left, and then we come for right, and then we come for left, and then we come for right, and so and so. If this is the case for my real-time node, so I have something like 50. This is connected to another node, 60. Just I'm building something. Okay, maybe minimum heap. This is 100, and you have some other nodes like this, which might be 200. This is 300. Okay, so like this we have built. And now, if I want to include 400, we should know that this place is empty and we can immediately attach it to this. Any idea? The hint is Q. This is a question asked in Amazon, of course. You can do it with n, but still you can do it with big O of 1 complexity. Using Q, can you do that?
Yes, sir. Sir,
Yes.
actually, we can do that storing the files in the queue, sir.
I think Mohan
And
is
memory.
Mohan.
Sir?
Is it Mohan I'm asking?
Yes, sir.
Ah, very good. You came into the class. Okay. Right. Tell me, Mohan, how do you do that? If you had an idea. Otherwise, we will give 5 minutes of time for others to think.
Yeah, okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. 5 to 6 minutes of time for others. Please think about that. How you can do that? Why I'm saying Q. So when you are keeping the node, please use Q. The hint is if both left and right are filled, eliminate that node from the queue. The next node will be the first node now. Like that you think about. Almost all I gave the solution also. Okay, let's do it. Anybody got any idea? Let me build a queue. For example, this is queue. I'll write down this F and R, both pointing to 1. Let us take 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like that I have divided. And now, yeah, Mohan, if you want, you can tell me.
Yes, sir. సో ఫస్ట్ ఒక కండిషన్ రాసుకోవాలి సార్.
So let me rub this all so that one by one we will include. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us hope that we are just building a complete binary tree with random numbers. Okay, right. Including the memory addresses, we will go inside. Okay. Now tell me.
సో ఫస్ట్ క్యూ ఎంటీని కాదా చెక్ చేయాలి సార్.
Okay, empty గా చెక్ చేశాను. It is empty.
సో ఎంటీ అయితే జస్ట్ ఒక వాట్ వి కెన్ సే ఒక నోడ్ అపెండ్ చేయాలి సార్ క్యూలోకి.
So you have to first take a node. This is our imagination, right? Take a node, maybe 100. Okay, and after that you create it with
none, sir.
And you might have some address 6101. Okay,
so store that address in
yes queue. Now store this address in the queue in the sense that this 6101, it's simply like whenever you create a root node or new node, you put that new node into the queue. So by this time your F and R are both increasing. So you will have F and R pointing to this one. Okay, right. Now what is the next scenario?
Sir, before adding next node, we want to check whether the previous node left child is none or not, sir.
Yes.
If it is none, means we want to add for left child, sir, that one.
Yes.
And again, we want to append that one into queue, sir.
First of all, we want to add another number. For example, we want to add 50 onto the, we don't know where to add, right? We will take the help of the queue, which is ready waiting here. See what is there in the front node, front part. So this is very important. Which node is there in the front part? 6101. Check its left. If the left of 6101 is empty, connect 50 to this. And of course, this is the new node, right? So your task is to include this new node, and it might be having some address also, maybe 7101. Include new node into the queue. So 7101. Now where our rear should be pointing to? This position. Okay. So our rear should be pointing to this. Okay. Still I did not remove 6101. See, I will tell you. Next I want to include another node. If I want to include this node, this might be something like 60 and having address 2161. I don't know where to include, so I take the help of queue. Who is there in the front?
6101.
6101. Now you check if the left is empty. No, the left is not empty because 6101's left is not none, but right is none. Now I can find out that I can include onto the right side. So I will connect it. 6101.
Then we want to delete that one.
2161. So what is the next thing that I need to do immediately?
DQ.
Yeah, yes, the first thing that is, because 6101's left and right are filled, I want to first DQ it. So your friend will come here. Your friend will come here, pointing to this, and increase the rear and put the new element whose address is
2161.
2161. Okay. Now you want to include another element like something like 10. which is having an address 1010 10. Now we don't know where to include. Now tell me where to include. Any other?
7101 left
Yeah.
side.
What is there in the front? 7101. Now we will check 7101's left is none or not. Yes, of course, 7101's left is none. So immediately you include this 1010 into that. So after that, you increase your rear like this and point out to this one and include the new one 1010. So this time again, this is the last node example I will tell you. Reminding you experiment. So 11 this time, and it is having 6001 address. So what should I do? Which node to include? How do you go? This is the new node coming. Anyone can tell me what is the next step that you will do?
Sir, 7101 right side. Right
Yes.
child.
We have to see that what is there in the front still. 7101. Check its left. It is not none. Check its right. It is none. So now we know that we can include this one here. We have included. The next part that we do, because 7101 both left and right are filled, you have to dequeue it from the queue. Come to the front, and this is still the rear, and now increase the rear and put the new node. The new node is 6001. So this is pointed to by the rear. And if this time you want to include another element, then naturally you will go to the queue and see what is there in the front and find its left is empty, none or not. Yes, left is none, so you include it. And again, if you fill right, then you have to dequeue it and go to 1010. And this is the way you can directly go for insertion of your nodes in a complete binary tree. That is the reason why I called it is as big O of one time complexity. Because I'm not traversing all the nodes for inserting a single node. I know exactly where I can insert by just coming to the queue. This is one of the real application of the queue to form a complete binary tree. I hope you understand. Now, to hint you, I have written this code with all these things. So these are the conditions that I have kept to check well what is none and what is not none. And based on this, when should I enqueue a node and when should I dequeue the node already present? And where should I call the recursion with the target value and keep going on into that. So I hope you understand how you can do this. So this is a very small code for building up your heap. After getting your entire heapified array, you send this array in such a way that the heap tree will be built. Okay, if you want, I will show it to you, but it takes a lot of time. But first of all, try it out on your own. You can take the help of your friends, but do not copy it. But I will try to execute if possible. So somebody tell me the random values so that I will enter into it and people can see. మొత్తం గజిబిజి అయిపోతుంది ఇందులో. It looks like scribbling only, but please cooperate with me. We submitted 50 and then immediately we are calling heapify. Then we are going for 10. So 10 is added. As usual, the 10 will be swapped with it. And this is one thing that we got, right? So now it comes back, you can see, because we want to enter 10 numbers, it asks me to enter. Then we will construct a binary tree for this. Sorry, a complete binary tree. Now I need your participation, otherwise it will be boring. Tell me some value.
1, sir.
1, okay.
2, sir.
One is already filled, Mohan. So after
2,
this,
sir. 2.
yeah, we will go for 2. Lot of values are there to fill. Okay, 2, right? So again, to this array, we got 2, and finally the 2 is also arranged here. Okay. And now next number.
27, sir.
27. Okay. So 27 is added. I think nothing to swap. It came back. So next number.
7, sir.
7. Okay. Let's go to 7 and.
Sir, if you add 1 again, what will happen, sir?
1 again. So most probably I have preferred to, let us see what will happen if we add 1. Then we can come to previous. I don't know whether I have given that equal to or not. No, 1 stayed here. So I did not prefer the equal to because I assumed that there are no duplicate values. So I will go back previously and yes. Okay, I will come back now. Just a second. So I need to change. Yeah, I need to change for that also. Hey, why 1 is still included?
Sir, we cannot edit that one, sir.
Yes. So I think it is, it is taking like that. So let me come back and change it to not. Where is my code? Here. Okay. Instead of 10, I will take 5 so that randomly we can take. Okay. So yesterday I sat along with the people and I have done this code and it was very competitive while I'm doing with the students. The next one is maybe 50. So we have only 5 numbers. Please bear with me. Okay. So after that, I want to send 1. So I will also look into if we have duplicate values, but most probably heap is assumed to be not having any duplicate values while constructing, but still that should also be looked into. I will come back with a solution with that equal to also because it failed in that. Yeah, that's the way we generally write the test cases, whether my program is running universally or not. So I think this should be the last one. No? What happened? I did not call this. I have masked these 2 things. That's the problem. Okay. I will give 50 and then okay, right. And now for 50 the tree 50 is being constructed. So while constructing the tree it is taking a lot of time. So you can see how the queue is also being sent. You see now carefully. Now I'm adding 1, right? First of all, the entire array will be heapified. Okay, 1 and 50 will be there. Now you see that 1 will be first sent as a node, as a root node. So I'm taking a list with all nuns into the queue. You can see that this is queue, the red mark, where I'm keeping with all nuns. So first I will create a new node with 1. and you can see that it is connecting. So in the queue, the first node included is 1. Okay. So after that, you will get 50. 50 will now get connected to the left side. Yes, because we have the first node and left side is free. So that's how my tree is constructed. So here you can see that this is the entire queue of nodes. You can see that 50 is also included into the next. And you can see my rear and front will also increase their values. Okay, so you can see the front is at 0 and the rear is at 1 and the queue is this one. And in the queue there are two nodes like 1 and 50. Now if we add the third one, let us see that until we come to the fourth one, we cannot know that how we can do that. Okay, now I will add 10. I think 10 also will be there. It will be workable only if we go to the next node. Then only you can understand how the queue is working. So we have 1 here and then we have 50 next. And then yesterday I am testing for lot many times, so it hanged out. So 50 and now 10 comes. 10 should be in the queue and rear should be at 2. Okay, now 10 is being included and rear will be converted to 2. You can see here. Now the front is at 0 and rear is at 2. And if we include another element, then we should see that if it gets, see already you can see that the next time it should get deleted and the front should be increased to 1. Let us see how it will get increased. Now let's go with some other number, 5. So follow the same way that you divide the entire problem into two parts. One is for heapifying array and the other one is to build a heap tree or a complete binary tree using the heapified array. Now you can see the entire changes. After 1 we built 5. After 5 we built. Just check out that every time it is satisfying the complete binary tree because array has already been heapified. Don't worry about heapification in the tree itself. So you have that left 5. Come on, man, do it fast. It takes some time for writing this. And now both ones are having filled, right? And so now it has to create 50 and now we need to see what will happen now. Yeah, you can see that front has been increased to 1, you can see here. So now this will be the front. So this will be the front. Only we are starting with 5 with front and then we will check out if the front's left is empty. Because front's left is empty, the next thing that we do is connect 50 to the left of 5. Yeah, you can see the 50 has been connected to the left of 5. See the red arrow. Because our front is at 1 and whatever node that is there in the front will be checked for both left and right. If left is filled, then it will put on right. If both these left and right are filled, the front will be moved and it will go to the next element and check whether its left is empty or right is empty. I think this is quite easy for you to understand. If you can write the code, it's very simple. As I said, there are only few lines of code and conditions. Just keep writing on paper And based on that, you can understand how to write the code easily. And then integrate your two programs. That's all. I think Mohan, you have already done it. Anybody who has done?
Sir. Sir, I done, sir.
Okay, good. Yeah, I will share the video of HeapSort also. Ajay is asking for that. Anyway, I will share it with the group. There I will upload. It is there in the YouTube. I have uploaded with my private thing, but I will send the link to you on that. So start doing it because you got a lot of hints and you can do it. And now I think it's 2:55. We can close the class. Bye bye for all.